Ladies and gentlemen, nerds and nerdlets, welcome back to This Week in Starcraft for the week of December the 16th. We've got 24 different topics from the Templar archives, so we're not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump straight in. Of course, the four premier events this week that we're going to focus on are the ESL Weekly Open Cups, the Axon Xmas Cup, Team Liquid Star League 6, and TWiSC, the Winter Championships, coming up very soon here next year. Can't wait for it. Let's dive straight in, starting with the ESL Open Cups. Of course, Big Gabe still leading the pack. Didn't add to his lead this week, but it doesn't matter. He is going to end the year head and shoulders above everybody else in the ESL Open Cups, which makes sense because he's Big Gabe, and he's enormous anyway. So head and shoulders above the competition is where he belongs. Big Gabe with 260 points. That means Hero Marine has basically won an entire premier event just on these weekly cups, not to mention padding his wallet a little bit more. Congrats. This week's ESL Open Cup, Korea Solar defeated Stats 3-0 in a clean win. Solar's only real challenge this week was Zest, taking him to a Game 5 there in the semis. The ESL Cup EU, Lambo taking a 3-0 win over Seoul. Very well done there by Lambo. Big Gabe getting knocked out in the round of 8 by Seoul, who was certainly riding the Seoul train all the way to the grand finals over Ashbringer, Fanya, Big Gabe, Gung Fu, and then falling to Lambo in the end. Congrats to Lambo and Seoul, as well as Gung Fu and Bly, who walked away with a couple bucks in their pocket as well. The ESL Cup NA, let's see how far the North American players got this time around. We got Cham in the round of 8, Dolan and Future, and Ryan and Eurysthus in the round of 16. Oh, and Jim Rising as well. All right, that's like reasonable. Zest taking out Zune 3-0 in the North America ESL Open Cups. And before we talk too much about this one, guys, I got a video to show you. Check this out. Yeah, all right, the Axon Xmas Cup. I'm on board with all of that. We got 16 incredible players from Team Alpha X and from Team Exxon. You can see them right there. I mean, that's going to be fantastic. You can check it out on twitch.tv/team_Exxon, brought to you by Beowulf, Cockeyed, Lincoln, and Steadfast SC. Very cool. Also, Ryuichi is definitely not the imposter. Definitely not. Of course, the other big news from this week is the Team Liquid Star League. This is it, fellas. It's actually day 5 of the Team Liquid Star League, day 5 and 6. It's been a weekend event. But the news is not day 5 of the event. The news is day 9. Our very own Sean, I actually don't know what his middle name is. I'm going to guess Susan Plot, is going to be rejoining the Starcraft 2 scene briefly. Joined, of course, by Roddy, Wardy, and ZG to bring us the round of 4 featuring Showtime, Cyril, Byun, and Elazer, who has been fucking tearing through this event. Special stats. He 3-0'd Raynor in the round of 8. I'd be more happy for him if he hadn't destroyed my bracket predictions. So other than that, you know, good work, Elazer. TSL 6 coming to you this weekend. TWiSC, the qualifiers are over. It's all done, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the top 8 players all qualified in this final qualifier, and it looks like, man, a lot of players definitely put this off until the last minute. Byun, Special, Dream, DRG, Ragnarok, Zune, Thermi, and Neeb all qualifying for TWiSC starting in 2021. Check that out. Pengi and Tempo bringing you all the good all the good things with Philadelphia Winter Championships. And we move on to some of the other ones. I mean, I'm just gonna hang here for a minute and let Gemini freak out in chat. 3, 2, 1. Okay, he's definitely said something that embarrasses himself already. Let's move on. Those are, of course, the results from the GSL Super Tournament number 2. Trap taking an unbelievably good 4-3 victory over Stats, going up 3-0, and then watching Twitter melt down as Trap potentially gave away the reverse sweep, able to pull it out in game number 7. What a fantastic tournament. Finally, a Protoss champion, so we can all stop complaining, right? Of course, right. Very well done by Trap. Congrats, of course, to TY, Stats, and Rogue for making it all the way to the semis also. The good news is we got 3 of these to look forward to next year. Can't wait. The Olimo League, the weekly league run by Olimoly, and of course, Maynard with the cast. Stats over Beyond. I think this is the only tournament Beyond didn't win this week. So if you're a Beyond anti-fan, take a screenshot now. Stats 3-2 over Beyond in the grand finals. Max set, making it all the way to the semis. The OSC King of the Hill weekly. My chat keeps teaching me the Danish word for king, and I keep forgetting what it is because I'm dumb. Really interesting start to the OSC King of the Hill weekly. Solar started the week with 12 wins. So he got 13, 14, 15 wins. He's tied for second place with Kelliger for the most consecutive wins. And then he was going to go up to 16 wins to tie Thermi, who has the record. And then Clem stepped in for one match, destroyed him, and then Blythe took out Clem right away. Max Pax ends the week as our king, and he'll be back on Saturday for our final OSC King of the Hill of 2020 this year. Can't wait. Ladder Heroes, N.A. Mio Micah, still on top. My offer still stands. If any real North American, could upset Mio Micah, I'll give you $25. Nina, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. Still can't do it. Nina, Peely, Pure Legacy, and Rob rounding out the top 5. Again, I think I said this a few weeks ago, and I feel like I want to say it every week, but I don't want to get too bogged down. NA Ladder Heroes is completely automated now. Fear Dragon is a freaking genius with coding, and he's now coded the entire thing so that he doesn't even have to, payouts are processed automatically, points are counted automatically. It's a really cool project, and it's a good way to reward players for sticking to their ladder grind. So congrats to Mio Micah, and a huge thanks from all of us in the community to Fear Dragon, who's just a freaking nerd baller, man. The AX Junior Championships featuring the cutest 13-year-old you've ever seen and an emo rock band from the 1990s. Airrush Fire and Exo Striker making it into the round of 4 here in Group B. This is going to be a good one, man. Sly Crab and Airrush Fire, Exo Striker, and Ghosty both fighting to get into these grand finals. This is, of course, open for players 15 years old and under, cast by Rushy, Hydra, and Colossus. The Ao Jai Weekly, open for Vietnamese citizens and permanent residents. Bistork defeating Ranger 3-0 in the grand finals. All 3 pixels of him taking a win there. Or is that Ranger with the 3 pixels? Might be. Either way, the Ao Jai Weekly, a great tournament to support a thriving scene in Vietnam. Legacy Weekly Japan. If Psyark doesn't look like an anime superhero right there, just giving you the side finger gun, that's incredible. Look at that. What a handsome nerd. Legacy Weekly Japan is every Sunday, weekly tournament. Residents of Japan, you got to speak, write, read Japanese, and Psyark, a usual face there, a common winner, walking away with that first prize, 2-0 over Albion. The CSO Cup open for all players. This week, Xiaomek took the challenge and grabbed the win 3-0 over Hydra. Congrats to Xiaomek for stepping in. Great teacher and Azure in that bronze match. Great teacher. Doing a lot more in the sort of sub-pro amateur scene there. Very cool. Very cool. The Cascadia Cup Weekly, the second of, first today, of Some Drunk Canadians regular events. Cham taking out Ryoichi 4-2 in the grand finals. Congrats here to Cham. walking away with that win. There's a weekly tournament open for all players. You can sign up. Check out Some Drunk Canadian's Twitch page, his Discord page in the show notes, and you too could win the Cascadia Cup. Copa Hyperion, a bi-weekly Friday tournament for LATAM. Paco Mike taking out Jim Rising. Protoss players looking good today. Well, for the first half of this week in StarCraft, until it becomes the Beyond show later on. But for now, just enjoy Paco Mike beating Jim Rising 3-0. Very well done, Mike. And another Latin American tournament here, Sentimiento Latino. Cham, Kelliger, and Special not allowed, which means that Jim Rising, Eric, Zions, and the Zerg Lord all duking it out in the grand finals and bronze match. Man, those are some talented players. Looks like Jimbo took it to game 5 and took out Eric 3-2. God, it had to be a good match. Jim Rising and Eric, just so much fun to watch them playing each other. I love it. La Espira free-for-all battle royale happening on Sunday at 5 o'clock Central Time. A $50 prize pool for LATAM residents. Oh, this is going to be fun. You know that I love a wacky tournament, and a free-for-all battle royale looks like it's going to be a hell of a good time. Check out the Spanish stream over at Demon Swap, and of course the English stream covered by the Cranky Ducklings team. That'll be worth watching. Oh, that'll be fun. $50 for the winner. Battle of the Americas, North America versus Latin America. Latin America again on top here. Tacos over hamburgers. Guitar over electric guitar. And soccer over, football. Cham beats Starkiller 2-0 in the grand finals. Congrats to Cham. You can check that out with light VIP and milk and cookies on the Cranky Duckling stream. Spanish by Enki and Portuguese by Gustavo Loco. The UA Expert Tournament. This is one we haven't seen before, and I doubt we'll see again. The UA Arts School that invites the best players from Latin America and Spain. No surprises. Special, Kelliger, Cham, and the Zerg Lord rounding out the Final Four Special with a clean 4-0 win. Special not dropping. I'm sorry, he did drop a game. I was going back through the bracket. Look at this. In reverse order, he 4-0's Kelliger. Easy peasy. 3-0 the Zerg Lord. Smacks him down. 2-0 Solier nails him. Over Ruro, 2-0 in the round of 16. And then the round of 32, Turkey Dano takes a game off of Special. 100% Cannon Rush. 100%. The end of the Alpha X Trovo series, and here's where the Björn show begins. It's the Björn show, starring him. He's Björn. 4-3 over Dream. Every tournament that Björn was invited to this week. Just destroyed. The next Trovo Weekly, Björn was invited but didn't win this one, parting 4-3 over Zest. So Björn losing to Solar. Weird. Other than that, though, it's pretty much the Björn show. Armani taking out Acheron in the NA qualifiers, the EU America qualifiers for the OSC Season 8 SC2 Championship. This OSC event is coming up in January of 2021, and it's going to feature, there's a very complicated qualifier system. Basically, there are regional qualifiers. You can qualify through specific events. You can qualify on points. It's really interesting, and it's a cool culmination of the OSC ecosystem. For those of you who don't know, and I don't want to spend too much time because this is like a mid-sized event. It's going to be $5,400 prize pool, so not bad. But OSC, you can see in the bottom corner there. I did an OSC event yesterday, and Eddie popped into the chat. Eddie runs OSC to tell me that OSC has now run 687 different events this year for StarCraft 2. Think about that for like 10 seconds. 600 different SC2 events. That's insane. OSC is one of the biggest supporters of like mid grassroots level StarCraft. And it's so awesome that they have all these qualifying events, all these regular events, weeklies, dailies. So cool, man. Armani over Acheron with Art. Coming in, says second place there. I'm going to dispute that and say probably third place with Yakov in fourth. The Asian ANZ qualifier, nice over Time. Of course, both those players going to qualify with Rogue and Ragnarok there in the next spot. The SC2 Royal, by the time you hear this, it will be over. But man, I'm jazzed. I'm so jazzed for this event. We've got the semifinals today. Team Liquid versus Team Exxon. Team Liquid is Team Exxon is Cham, Nina, and Solier. Team Liquid is Clem, Euthermal, and Mana. And then Raise Your Edge versus Cascade. Raise Your Edge, of course, is Drogo, Zest, and Bly. And Cascade is Soul, Skillus, and Elazer. They roped in as part of the Merc squad. So 3, 6, 9, 12 incredible players. Semis are best of 7s. Bronze match best of 5s. This is a team pro league style event. I'm so excited. This is going to be cast over on twitch.tv/RaiseYourEdgeGaming. And I'm going to be joined by a guest caster. You guys may not have heard of him, but he's a pretty cool dude. His name is, I'm going to mispronounce it. His name is Rotor Dom? Something like that. Weird guy, but I'm sure he'll find a home in the StarCraft community eventually. He seems pretty talented. Roddy and I get to cast the finals. This, of course, by the time you see this, it'll be over, but God, I can't wait. Can't wait. Probots 2020 Season 3. We go to some AI tournaments now. Benbot over Spiny and Ketrock over R. Strelick. Ketrock over Benbot in the winner's bracket final. It's a double elimination tournament, though, so Benbot not out of it yet. Next week will be the final, so you can watch that on ES Champs YouTube channel. The Starcraft 2.fi 10v.cup. A Finnish cup for every single famous Finnish StarCraft player. No names missing from this event that you might expect to see. Zhugalang taking out Fuser in the grand finals 4-3. Congrats to Zhugalang. And Azrak, Divinesia, and Welmu bringing you all the action there. Very cool event. This was a lot of fun to watch. I caught a couple of these games. Another Some Drunk Canadian event that happened last week. Max Packs versus the world. Max Packs played 10 players. Challengers from far and wide across the globe came in. Max Packs won $90, and Snoxtar, the only player to knock him off his throne, taking home $10. You can sign up, of course, at challenge.com/MaxPacksVWorld. And this is brought to you by Some Drunk Canadian. They're on Twitch. The HOST Open for Brazilian players. Against some familiar LatAm faces. The Zerglord taking out Nano in those grand finals for about a $45 US prize pool. Congrats to the Zerglord. 3-0 in the grand finals. Nicely done. And the final Some Drunk Canadian event of the week. Winner, I'll buy your dinner here. Ranger taking out Hydra. Second grand final we've seen Ranger in this week. Good win there. 4-3. I love it when a grand final goes to game 7. Very cool. Very cool. $30 of takeout or delivery to Ranger, who is well fed this week. And the Pizza Pie bi-weekly, a new milestone for Juanito. Moving up from the 2 wins club to the coveted 3 wins club, joining Panda Bear and Panda Bear Me and Namshar with his 3rd pizza specials. Really getting on the pizza train here. This is his 2nd win, I think, this in the last 4 weeks. Good for him. 3-1 over Special in the grand finals. Oh yeah, this event. Really cool looking event here. The Storm StarCraft League for the Philippines. Filipino players far and wide are welcome to join this. 8 groups ranging from December 18th all the way to January 15th over on Trovo. Check that out. You can get more info. There's the link, scistorm.com/PSL. Group A starting on Friday. Some familiar Filipino names there. It's going to be real cool. I can't wait to see these happening. Qualifier players ranged from 7 to 50 years old. God, this is the best esport in the fucking universe. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. The Master Swan Open, which is open from players from Bronze to Masters 2. Going to be brought to you this week by Steel Mold and the Cranky Crew. Friday at 7 o'clock KST. And, of course, its sister tournament, the Grand Platypus Open. Open to all players, whether or not you have a duckbill, lay eggs, and have poison in your flippers. Did you know that? Platypus have little poisony spurs in their feet. Isn't that cool? They're cool animals. $35 and some OSC points going to the winner here, the Grand Platypus Open, happening on December 19th. And this week's upcoming Into the Alpha X Trovo series with the Beyond DRG Dream and Zest happening on the 20th over on Trovo.live with Kozan, Inu, and Enki in various languages. The other Trovo weekly cast by Alpha X and the Into the clan, which is Inu, on December 16th. That's today. Oh my gosh. It'll be done by the time you hear this with Rogue parting Bjorn and Zest. I'm predicting Bjorn to win both of those. Don't clip this, and definitely don't say I'm wrong next week for the This Week in StarCraft segment. Of course, the big news this week has been the DreamHack StarCraft 2 Masters Last Chance 2021 event. We've got our final qualified players, or we will have by the time you see this, of course, the last qualifier happening today. From the EU qualifier, no surprises, Clem, Raynor, Cyril, and Hero Marine. From the Asia qualifiers, Parting, Stats, Trap, Bunny, Inno, TY, Rag, and Solar. And the North American qualifiers happening today, going to be, I'm certain, a fierce competition because a lot of players that still haven't made it in to DreamHack IEM Katowice in 2021. The No Gamer Left Behind tournament. We've been talking about this one for a couple weeks, and I'm getting more excited for it every single time. This is where we're going to have a celebrity player who's going to choose a handicap to play with, and we'll have some average Joes try and take him out. First prize, $100 and a plaque, and some good money for second and third as well, supporting the able gamers. Check that out on Twitter, twitch.tv/DAW_station. Big patch notes update. The game is fixed, everybody. The balance issues that have been holding you all back from Grandmasters have been cleared out of your way. I'm kidding. Zagara no longer has an issue with her mastery points being improperly allocated for power sets 2 and 3, and sprays have been fixed. Bad news. For any Mac, I'm going to say a weird phrase, any Mac gamers on your running Big Sur right now on your Apple devices. Pretty tough read for the StarCraft community here. If you do play on Mac, unable to quit the game, crashes on startup. Looks like this Big Sur update really screwing some people over. And honestly, that's what you get for naming your updates after beaches. Just be computer people. Just name it like 1.x4537 or something. Anyway. Big Sur, causing some problem for Mac issues. Hopefully that'll be sorted out. I know that it's probably not a bunch of people playing StarCraft on Mac, but hey, you know, some people need Macs for their design work or whatever and want a game on the side, and there's no reason to gatekeep them out of the StarCraft world. So hopefully for our Mac friends out there, we get this fixed right away. And yeah, huge announcement from the DreamHack crew this week. Of course, StarCraft is coming back starting in May 2021 with qualifiers in April for the ESL Pro Tour Championship 2022. Not going to be a live event at Katowice. They'll have players and casters there, but no spectators yet. It sounds like they're just playing it safe with next year's announcement. I don't want to speculate too much. I don't want to provide my opinion here. My job is just to give you the news. So if you want to see what's going on, there's a link at the bottom of the show notes here where you can read exactly what ESL said, what they're doing next year. Some changes to the region lock, some changes to the prize pools, some changes to the format. Little tweaks they're making. It all seemed reasonable to me, but go check for yourself and get all the info. A lot to digest and too much just to talk at you and read a wall of text. So go read it for yourself if you haven't heard. But 2022 on the way. Plenty of notice from ESL, which is good. It's good stuff. Ah, man, this was cool. I saw this in the show notes. I'm so excited. Metzen tweeting about StarCraft this week. An old StarCraft piece from 1997 ? God, that's cool. It hasn't changed a bit. Protoss changed a bit for the final project? No, it looks exactly the same. What? Blades on the arms, weird stupid heads, no internal organs, robot legs that bend backwards. Yeah, it's Protoss. Also, slightly disturbingly, in the bottom right-hand corner, that's definitely the blood of a Zergling that Metzen killed at this house. And he's like, you guys think I'm just making all this stuff up. No, I've got demons literally in my house. Little spot of blood on the bottom right-hand side of the page there. Spoopy. God, Metzen's so talented. Love that guy. Katowice 2021 prize money controversy. I feel like the clip for this will have to be like, you thermal eviscerates ESL. Anyway, Thermi just noted in one of his tweets, somebody else had posted about it before, and Thermi noticed, and that's what sort of started the train rolling. Prize money a little top heavy here. for IEM Katowice, as Showtime says, it's a 500 grand tournament, and the top 8 players get, 80%. It's an interesting distribution, a little bit more top-heavy than before, and since then, ESL has said, yeah, we're taking a look at this. So they may shuffle around the prize pool a little bit. A lot of interesting discussion about the economics of StarCraft and like what players need to be a professional player versus what incentivizes new players to come in. A lot of discussion to be had here. And again, that's opinion, not news, but just thought it should be mentioned here that they're looking at the prize pool. ESL has tweeted a response to this. Check it out, obviously, over on Twitter. Oh, yeah, this is cool. I think I read about this last week as well. From Alpha Star in StarCraft 2, another AI using some of the same techniques called Alpha Fold, which if you guys have heard of Fold It or folding at home, which are like protein folding things that basically they ask you to do some puzzles, and then they use the humans solving the puzzles to like teach the AI what to do. Now, Alpha Fold is like taking over that process completely, and they're figuring out protein folding a lot more quickly, doing a bunch of stuff like making better GMO crops and stuff. So really cool that Alpha Star has sort of lent some credibility now to the scientific advancement of the world. So now, when you're at home and your mom yells down into the basement and says, son, you gotta stop gaming, get a job, you can say, Mom, I am saving humanity right now, not just in the game, but literally also. And that's going to wrap it up for this week in StarCraft 2. This week in Brood War is going to be brought to you by special guest stars, Artosis and the crew. A bunch of great names today on the Pylon show. That's going to do it for our news here. This week in Brood War will be covered on the regular Pylon show. My name is Creighton Olsen. It's a joy to bring you the news. I hope you guys are all having a great holiday season, and we'll see you next week in StarCraft.